Hey guys, it's your girl Blaze. Welcome to the Let's Talk Show Live. On the sofa with me today is Yvonne Michele. Now this is just a little bit of a warning. I often call her Michele, but her name is actually Yvonne Michele. Yvonne knows this. So if partway through the recording I call her Michele, it is really meant to be Yvonne. But Yvonne is joining me today because we are really excited, or at least I'm super excited, to be on your new podcast, your live podcast.
Yes.
Unmuted and unapologetic.
Yep, absolutely.
And the reason I'm so excited is because I am always unmuted and I'm never apologetic.
Good.
So I'm excited.
Good.
So tell me, where did this idea come from? Unmuted and unapologetic is a live podcast, but it's a live musical podcast.
Yes, it is.
With a live band and all of those wonderful things.
Yes.
Talk to us about that idea.
So the idea came off the back of Caught You in a Lie. I've done a one-woman musical monologue, and what I found is that we were not able to really have the conversations about what the show is about and some of the subject matters.
Sure.
And what I found is at the end of every show is that people coming up to me, asking questions, wanting to talk, wanting to really open up. So I thought to myself, what could I do? How could I do this and create a safe space for people to come talk and really discuss some issues that have been swept under the carpet?
For sure.
Taboo, or what have you not, as seasoned people, as I like to call myself.
I like that.
Yeah, seasoned, well seasoned.
I think I'm seasoned.
Yes.
I think I can accept that I'm seasoned.
Seasoned.
What I do remember, though, about your one-woman show, Caught You in a Lie, the atmosphere was absolutely off the chain. I know that people wanted to do more talking, and I know, or maybe it was just me, people wanted to do more dancing. Might have just been me, but people wanted to do more dancing. But also, the connection with Caught You in a Lie and Unmuted and Apologetic is, of course, the great Louisa Marks.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Well, initially, when I first decided to do the play, it wasn't going to be a play. It was just going to be a tribute to Louisa Marks.
Oh, right, okay.
And so I'd had a conversation with some clients of mine who I was telling about creativity, singing, creative writing and things like that. And I'd mentioned that I had a book. And so there was a question, well, why are you doing this thing around Louisa Marks and you're not actually doing your own story?
Okay.
And so that's how the journey started, because that question then opened up my thinking. And I thought, well, yeah, that's a really good point. And so I sat with myself for maybe 10, 15 minutes and started to pen my story.
Yeah.
But because I have a love of Louisa Marks, I wanted to sing a couple of her songs. And then I started to think about my story and I was thinking, yeah, a lot of the things that I actually believed were a lie. So hence,
Caught You in a Lie.
Yeah.
I think what's wonderful is that you mentioned the term as seasoned. And so those seasoned individuals that come to the show, even if they don't know anything about the show, I would say they certainly know about Louisa Marks.
Absolutely. And when I started the show, the singing, actually, I think the London show was the most helpful show. It was the most impactful show for me because the audience from the beginning of the show, they were singing along, standing, sitting, singing, and were fully including themselves into the story.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I was fortunate to be up close and personal, as you know. In fact, so close I was almost on the stage. Tempted as I was. I didn't actually go on the stage, but I got some great footage and the band were amazing. The atmosphere was fantastic. And I did actually go with a very open mind, even though you've been a guest on the Let's Talk Show Live and we've had some conversations around your one-woman show. I didn't really still know what to expect. And it was amazing. But the thing that has changed, and that is even more amazing, is that you've made history. Talk to us about that.
Yes, I've made history at the Shaw Theatre. So we were looking at how many women of colour, women full stop, have performed there, what their performance have been. And what the Shaw Theatre have told me is that I'm the first black, British-born Jamaican woman to do a one-woman musical monologue in the history of the Shaw Theatre. So that's over 50 years.
And what's amazing about that, you can only just be first. There isn't anything before first that you celebrate. No. You celebrate first. Yes. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And well done.
Thank you.
So Unmuted and unapologetic. What is that all about? Because I'm going in and I still don't really know what I'm doing, except I know I'm going to be on the panel.
So this is where we can speak our truth. I think a lot of the time we have conversations, and what happens is the next person wants you to take up what they believe and their truth.
Okay,
but
sure.
actually, we've all got our own thinking patterns, we've all got our own ways, our thoughts, our feelings. And so what it is we come to a place where, okay, I accept what you say. It's
However,
it's not how I feel about it, but I can accept what you say. And a lot of times in conversation, we want to be right. We want people to tell us that we're right.
It's a kind of human nature, isn't
Yeah.
it? What you believe, you believe.
Yeah.
And that's really the validation that you want. Now, I don't know how this is going to go, because I'm normally the one that asks all the questions. But this time, people are going to be asking me questions,
That's right. Yeah.
Tell me how it's going to go.
So the show will start. I will be singing. I'll be doing the tribute. We'll have a break. We'll have a conversation. In that time, the panel will then take their seats, and there will be some cards on seats with pre-planned questions to get the audience started. But I suspect in London, that we won't need those, but I'm going to have them there just in case. And the reason being is I've done 6 shows of Caught You in a Lie, and the only place where questions were asked while the show was going on was London. Yeah.
I remember that quite vividly, actually, and I thought that was quite an interesting interruption to the show. So that means anything goes.
Yeah.
We ain't going to be muted. We ain't going to apologise. I wonder I was thinking, I'm like, what are people going to ask me? And what is my answer going to be to some of these questions?
Who knows? See, one of the things that was sparked, one of the questions that I remember being asked on Caught You in a Lie was about my relationship with my dad, which took me back, and I literally stepped back when the question came because it was such a personal question. And in that moment, I had the choice: do I answer this question or do I not? And how do I answer this question? And I answered it very honestly. Yeah. And so I think that we just have to be prepared for people to ask questions. And also, I think people are interested in how we build relationships, not necessarily between man and woman as a couple, but men and women moving forward so that we can grow, especially within our community. Because I think social media makes it seem like our community is very disjointed.
Absolutely.
And I think these are the conversations that we need to have to really start to bring our community back together. And and this is why it's called Unmuted. You know, listen, you can't stop me from speaking my truth.
Absolutely.
I will not be muted anymore, and I will never be apologetic either. This is the truth. This is what's happened, and I think from my journey of abuse as a child and abuse as an adult, I think that a lot of the time we do become silenced. And we're scared of actually speaking out, because we don't know what the reaction is going to be from other people. And I think now, in my 50 and change years, I'm like, how am I going to move forward and help the ones that are coming behind me if I can't be honest?
Yeah, what I love about that is that they say with age comes maturity, and for some time, for some of us it does. But there are loads of us who have these childhood traumas or secrets that we don't actually ever talk about. And sometimes we just had past experiences that we don't talk about, and we don't talk about honestly. And, when you say to people, hi, how are you? Yeah, fine. That's not a real answer, and it's probably not a real question because it's a question in passing. But unmuted and unapologetic is going to be real questions and real answers. And who else is joining me on the panel?
So we have Quincy the comedian from Supreme Radio. We have yourself.
Enough jokes.
Holy for jokes. We have yourself. And we have Gold K, who is an Afrobeats star, would I say. He's very big in Ghana, doing very, very well. But he's also very funny and very real with his traumas that he's faced. So everybody on the panel, I think...
I was going to ask you, how did you choose that combination? Did you choose, was it divine? How did that happen?
I am very spiritual, so I will always seek guidance from God. And I will say, show me who. And the faces just came.
And here I am.
And here
they are.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've been on your show before, and you've interviewed me many times, and I've seen you around, and I see what you do, and I get this feeling, and I always go with how I feel, that you are very just straight-laced.
Yeah.
You know, what you see is what you get, and that's what I get from you, which is what we need. We don't need any more pretentiousness moving forward within our community. We need to be honest. We need to be open, and I think you are a community leader, and
I love
what
that.
people see is what they get, and that's what I trust. The same with Quincy, and the same with Gold K as well.
And then you've got the fabulous Theo Manderson.
Absolutely.
He's going to be hosting.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I like Theo. He's good people as well. So you've got Theo Manderson, you've got myself, you've got Quincy, and you've got Gold K. That's your panel. Then you've got your live band.
Yes, I do.
And yourself.
Yes, I do.
And you're going to be singing.
I am indeed.
Louisa Marks.
All of the songs. I think there's about 8 songs of hers.
Oh, wow. And where are we going to be? We're going
to be at the Larry Constantine Centre, which is in Willesden. It's Villiers Road.
Yeah, Villiers Road, yeah.
So we're going to be there. The doors open at 7 o'clock, and it's on the 4th of July.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And how can people get tickets?
You can get tickets from my website, which is www.yvonnemichele.com. Michele has 1 L. So you'd write Michele as you normally would, but take out one of the L's, and you would be correct.
People from Luton?
Yes, we have a coach coming from Luton. So, yeah, they came down to the Shaw Theatre by coach.
Wow.
And so now they're like, well, if you're doing something in London, we want to be part of that, and we want to be part of the conversation. And that's the thing. If you want to be part of the conversation, come down to the Larry Constantine Centre on the 4th of July for Unmuted and Unapologetic.
So, guys, you heard it from Michele herself. Unmuted, Unapologetic, 4th of July, at Larry Constantine, Willesden, NW10 in London. The doors open at 7, or the show starts at 7?
Doors open at 7.
Doors open at 7. Do not be late, because I can tell you, you'll be at the back of the room. If you want to be up close and personal, get there early, get your tickets. You know what will happen. Snooze, you lose. I cannot wait. So guess what? It's your girl Blaze, and I'm out.